stop. I'm sorry. But you see, what I see is we were just talking about lots of energy, lots of breathing, and let's see what I got. But when I see you play, I'm seeing much more work and energy. I'm seeing you so much more energy than I am. And I'm wondering if you can just, I know it's, as I said, hard to like change in 1 second. Yeah. But just to think, just as I'm playing, what am I doing? What am I doing up here? You know the piece. Don't think about the piece. Just think about how you're playing the piece. You are strong and I think it's better, yeah. But still there could be, I think, much more of just, as I said, you are here, and you're bringing the viola to you, and because as I said, it's hard to change in 1 second. Maybe you don't want to change. I don't know. Yeah. But as I said, you are using, the energy thing, to be able to channel that energy into what you want to do more, instead of having, for all of us it's the same thing. We all have our habits and things we have to overcome. So I'm just saying that the more that you can be strong here and be relaxed as you're playing and not clamping down, I feel you, more that you can be free, I think it's better. Now, as far as the piece goes, there's you are quite free with the rhythm. It's one thing, you haven't probably rehearsed much, or if at all, that because it's the duo, if you are doing da 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 whatever, and she's being pretty strict, there's a little problem there. As far as if this were a concert, it'd be like, oh, well, he's so free, she's not free. So it would be like, are you performing it?
No.
Here? No, okay. But if you were, that would be something to be obviously to talk about in rehearsals. Well, maybe you could be freer. Maybe you could be less free. Yeah. Things like that. Because you do da 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 dee da 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 dee da da, or dee da da da. You do a lot of stuff with with that stuff. Who am I to say you're wrong? Maybe you're right. But I would just say that if we look at this and we try to, I think the idea is, if you want to be that free, make sure that it makes sense where you're doing the freedom. Mm-hmm. And I wonder, for instance, let's say this thing. Da 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 da. Da 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 da, or da 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 da. Well, let's look at this one. D da 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 da. Piano has D da 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 D da 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 da. And what is your thing? Da 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 da. It's well, it's that, but she has a tune, right?
Yeah.
And the question is, what is appropriate? How much freedom can we get away with that's appropriate? And you have to decide. You know, that she's all, just play D, da 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 D da da. Should it be da da? Should it be exactly straight? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you're wrong.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that we've got to figure out, okay, what is appropriate? What do I think is appropriate? She's doing D da 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 D da 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 da. You happen to have D da 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 in one bar. So should it be da da D da 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 da, or should it be da 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 da? You have to decide how important is that, or is she just really the most important thing, and you should just support it more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As I say, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying, just to be careful that the freedom doesn't take away from the piece. If I wanted to play that free and we were playing the concert, I would probably ask you to da 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 dee da 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 to move around more with those things and not be too da 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 da. I don't know. Maybe I would try it just just so it doesn't seem. And like this stuff, dee da 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 da. That if you really want to play that free, then you get asked, you know, for this dee da 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 dee da da da. Just so it makes sense that if you're going to take the da 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 da, that she's before maybe gone da 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 dee da 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 da. I mean, you don't want it to sound like two completely different ideas of the piece, but at the same time, to be 100% convinced that the freedom you're taking isn't taking away from the piece at all. So, as I said, I'm not saying you're right or wrong. So, can you start one more time? Yeah. You know, one thing, if I could add one more thought to it.
Sorry.
If I could add one more thing to what I said. I have a friend who likes to say, if I were to take dictation of what you just played, you know, dictation. If I didn't know the music and I was writing down what you played, I would say that you didn't, that this thing is not a half note and a triplet, da 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 da. I would say you played an eighth and 2/16 without knowing the piece. I would say da dee da da da. That's what I heard you play, and da 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 dee da. Yeah, I'm just saying, if I were to write it down without knowing the piece, I'm only saying it because if you're gonna move things around, be aware of how much you're moving it around. And one thing I would do, sometimes we get into habits. You know, we all get into habits. So what I would do, if it were me, is I would play this a few times with a metronome, just to see how much I've gone off from it. Just to see. Da, da, da. Oh, we can sometimes say, oh, really? Maybe I've gone too far, or maybe that's fine. But just to see, da da dee da da dee da 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 da. I'm not saying it should be played that way.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear anyone play it that way. But just so we know how much we're doing. And that's why I said about the dictation, that I'm not saying anyone out there is taking dictation, but if they were, that's how much you changed the piece. Just so
Yeah.